We'll get rolling. We've got the delegation waiting for us. Start out with agenda item 1.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley, having established quorum, resolves to call the June 27th, 2022 regular meeting to order at 5:02 p.m. I need a mover and a seconder, Warren and Dean. All in favor? Carried. Yep. This one is a little unnecessary. Call for removal of items from the consent agenda to the regular agenda. There is only one item in the consent agenda. It's the minutes from the museums. We'll carry on with that. Agenda item 2.2, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves to adopt the agenda for the June 27th, 2022 regular meeting of Council as presented, and that a copy of this agenda be attached to and form part of the minutes of this meeting. I need a mover and a seconder. Chris, second Gary. All in favor? Carried. You. Anyone see anything that they want to declare a conflict of interest on the agenda? Certainly didn't see anything that was. Okay, agenda item 4.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves, whereas the time being 5:04 p.m., that the regular meeting of Council be adjourned to a confidential in-camera meeting. Mover, seconder, please, Rob and Warren. All in favor? Okay, we'll move on to agenda item 5.1, that the Council of Town of Kindersley resolves, whereas the time being 7:34 p.m., that the confidential in-camera meeting is concluded and the regular meeting of Council is resumed. Mover, seconder, please. Dean, Chris. All in favor? Agenda item 6.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves to approve as presented the minutes from the June 13th, 2022 regular meeting of Council, and that these minutes be attached to and form part of the minutes of this meeting. Mover and seconder, please. Warren and Rob. All in favor? Seven. Point 1, Audrey, financial report.
Yeah, so we're just about halfway done the year, but this is to the end of May. So just in red were the things that changed, and anything that was largely out of around the 42%. So point number 2 was that's almost 100% because that's the levy that was done in May. The 2022 grant and lieu's, which are still at 0, and that's just we haven't received any of those yet. Point number 4 is the fire revenue, and we haven't received the first quarter fire billing yet. And the expenses are low yet because we just did their first, they do payroll every 6 months, and we just did the first one in June. Public Works revenue, of course, is down, and that's the active transportation grant, which we haven't received yet. Point number 6 is the capital for the cemetery, and that, like the capital is 72% of the budget. So, and those projects are just starting right now, which of course is the columbarium, which we have the RFP out for, and I do believe the plots. No.
There's an excavator.
Oh, the excavator, that's what it was in that, so. And then point number 8, and that's just the repairs to the NRCC, which I'm not quite exactly sure what those are. They aren't completed yet, so. And that was really all it was out of the average of the.
Any questions on the financial council? Seeing none, we'll move on to agenda item 7.2, that the council of the town of Kindersley hereby authorize the purchase of a Clearwell shed from Pro-Built Structures LTD in the amount of $13,805.36 plus applicable taxes, and the amount be paid from funds within the utility reserve. Can you speak to that?
Sure. So this is just an accessory building located on the grounds of the water treatment plant. It's to replace an existing shed that was extremely old and had actually had some vandalism and a break-in occur to it. So we need to replace that structure. So this is just replacing an existing structure on the grounds.
We've discussed this in camera. Any questions, council, on it? I think it's pretty much a normal replacement of something old and wore out. Could I have a mover and a seconder? Warren, second Rob. All in favor? Thank you. Okay, agenda item 8.1, that the council of the town of Kindersley resolves to accept as submitted the list of accounts as paid by the town of Kindersley in the amount of $987,201.05, and that a copy of said accounts be attached to and form part of the minutes of this meeting. Did you get any inquiries on
I did not, and just a note to council, compared to the ones you got in your council package, we added another check today, and that was for Prairie Energy for the dust control. So that wasn't on your list when it got sent out to you, and that's the difference in the dollar figure. There, that was the 75,672.26. But I did not get any questions.
There's quite a few grants that we're paying out, our KSEP grants and some of our central abilities is the big one. And integrated health and the museum grant. They kind of all fell in this month, so we've got a fair bit there. And
the RCMP contract.
RCMP contract is a huge one, $400,000, which is what it is. That's what the bill is. Okay. There's any council, if you see anything there that you want to question? If not, can I have a mover and a seconder to pay these? Dean? Second? Chris? All in favor? Carried. Okay, agenda item 9.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves to approve the consent agenda, which include the one item I previously mentioned was the minutes from the Kindersley Plains Museum meeting. So there was, can I have a mover and a seconder, please? Warren? Gary? All in favor? Thank you. Well, that wasn't too complicated. Agenda item 13.1. The Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves that all business having been concluded, their June 27, 2022 regular meeting of council be adjourned at 7:40 p.m. Mover seconder, Dean, Rob. In favor? Carried.